Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and when Season 12 drops, there's gonna be a lot of competitive changes that'll make it a whole lot less depressing to play. Hopefully, please, I'm dying here. Now, if you haven't seen my video where I break down the Season 12 trailer, where I talk a lot about the skins, the Reaper Mythic, which, by the way, in case you guys didn't hear the news, Ana is gonna be getting a Mythic weapon skin in the middle of Season 12, similar to Reinhardt's Mythic skin. It kind of looks like her Mythic skin gun, so I don't know if it's actually going to be worth saving up all 80 of her Mythic Prisms, but if you really like Ana or you like the Egyptian mythology theme, then you have a chance to get her Mythic weapon. And if you're wondering about anything else coming in Season 12, I will have the video at the very end of this one, but today we're just going to be talking about competitive changes and the amazing stuff that's going to be coming. The first of which that people have been begging for are more Void slots. Now you might be thinking, oh, they might increase it by 3 or 4. No, they're increasing it to 15 avoid player slots. Let me repeat that. You can avoid 15 players in Overwatch, kind of. So let me explain how this is gonna work. Well, there's gonna be 15 total slots to avoid players with. The first 3 are gonna be classified as pinned. And what that means is that when you pinned an avoid player, that player is gonna be permanently avoided until the end of time, or until you decide to replace that player with a different pinned avoid player. But also note that while that pinned avoid player will 100% not be put on your team, they still can have a chance to be put on the enemy team. So while you avoid them as a teammate, you don't avoid them entirely. Now, in terms of the other 12 avoid player slots, this is gonna work a little bit differently because this is gonna be ranked from most likely to be avoided as a teammate to least likely to be avoided as a teammate. So let's say you have all 3 of your pinned avoid player slots filled up. If you avoid another player, they're going to be put at the very top of the list. So while that player is at the top of the list, more than likely they won't be put on your team, but there is a slight chance. But let's say you go on an avoid spree and you avoid 12 more additional players. That player at the bottom, there is a much more greater chance that that player will get put on your team compared to the person at the top of the list. Especially if you both insta-queue right after losing with each other, there is a strong chance that they will get put on your team. And you can always re-rank players depending on how less likely you want them to be put onto your team. You don't have to be micromanaging your avoid player slot at all. But also know that all 12 of these players will eventually expire to where you will have to re-avoid them if they do manage to show up on your team again. Now, if you're wondering why Blizzard doesn't give you 15 permanently avoid player slots, it's pretty obvious. It's because if everyone avoids everybody, then there would literally be no Overwatch games to be made. So I think this is good middle ground to where you can definitely avoid 3 players permanently, but avoid a good 5 to 10 players depending on what rank that you're at. But an important thing to know is the closer you are to GM or the closer you are to bronze at the very end of where players aren't really ranked, more than likely these 12 avoid player slots will be irrelevant because there's just less players populating those ranks. So while some people will complain saying, oh, we need all 15 slots to be permanent, it's literally just not possible. So the fact that they gave us 3 permanent slots and 12 additional slots for me to possibly avoid even more Doomfist one-tricks to avoid, then I can only applaud Blizzard because we need as many slots to avoid those kind of players. But here's a change that I'm so hyped for because I absolutely love earning competitive rewards because it makes my time killing my mental health in competitive actually worthwhile. And coming towards the end of Season 12, they're going to be adding this thing called competitive drives. During one weekend towards the end of the season, you're going to be able to play competitive and earn rewards when you win or when you lose. So from what I understand, this is how competitive drives are going to work. And again, this could easily change after this video releases, but you're going to queue into a regular role queue competitive game like you normally would. Then after you win or lose that game, it's going to give you a competitive drive score. And how that score is going to be calculated is anytime you win a game, that percentage that you gain is going to be multiplied by 10, but whenever you lose a game, that percentage is going to be multiplied by 5, giving you your drive score. So to give you an example, if you gain 21% in rank, you're going to get a drive score of 210 points. But if you lose 20% of your rank percentage, then you're going to get 100 drive score. But what exactly is a drive score used? Well, the more drive score that you gain, the more rewards that you're going to be earned once you reach certain checkpoints. And once you reach these specific checkpoints with your drive drive score, you're gonna earn competitive points that you can get Jade weapons with, but you're also gonna get this new reward called competitive signatures. Now, competitive signatures is a way to display your name in this cool red format type of UI. And where these competitive signatures are displayed is in your gameplay UI in the bottom left-hand corner, in plays of the game, and in elimination screens. Basically, anywhere that it says your name, this competitive signature UI is also going to display it. Now, these signatures are going to have 3 different levels with 3 different divisions. The first level is just going to be a standard red signature. The second one is going to be sort of like a pixelated design signature. And the third signature is going to be this electric animated pixelated signature. And all 3 of those levels are also going to be in 3 separate divisions represented by Roman numerals. Now, while that's all good and dandy, in the blog post, they didn't talk about, okay, well, at what checkpoint do you earn competitive points? And how many competitive points do you earn? And also, at what checkpoint do you earn these competitive signatures? Which would have been nice because, well, why are we going to be hyped for this if we don't know how much drive score we need to actually get to the level 3 electric signature? But just note that this is a way to try to influence you to grind competitive, because a lot of people feel like they don't get rewarded for their time in competitive, but for the mega virgins that play during this exclusive weekend, not only can you get some really exclusive signatures, but you can also farm a lot, or I'm assuming a lot of competitive points. Again, we don't know how many competitive points you'll earn, but you'll get some, more than you typically would. Now, the other big thing that's also going to be coming to Season 12 that we already kind of knew about is the rank reset. But I should rephrase this and say a soft rank reset, because so many people hear a rank reset and they think, as a bronze player, oh my god, this is my chance! I'm gonna be able to get GM! No, that's not how it's gonna work. So the Season 12 rank reset is gonna work almost exactly like the Season 9 rank reset, where wherever you ended in Season 11 is gonna have a larger impact on your Season 12 rank reset than you would like to think so. At the beginning of Season 12, you're gonna have 10 placement games for each of your roles, and depending on how well or bad you do in those placements, it's gonna have a heavy impact on your rank, but not so much to where if you win 10 of your placement games, they're gonna be put into GM. No, but also on the opposite side, where if you lose 10 of your placement games, you're gonna be put into bronze. No, that's not how it's gonna work either. More than likely, what's gonna happen is you're probably gonna rank maybe 5 divisions lower than where you ended in Season 11. Again, given how well you do in your placements, maybe you might only drop 3 divisions, maybe you'll drop 6 divisions. But almost everybody is gonna be dropping in rank after your placements, and then after that, more than likely you're gonna gain and lose a lot more percentage to really calibrate where you belong in. And then more than likely, once you reach the middle of the season, you're probably just gonna end up right where you were at the very end of Season 11. So while it is a rank reset, it's a soft rank reset, and it's definitely not a clean slate. That's just not how it works. But one thing that they did mention in the blog post is that they want to make Champion, Grandmaster, and also Master a little bit easier to achieve. And I know when people hear that, especially the high rank players, they're gonna just roll their eyes. But if you remember in Season 11, Top 500 was filled with the majority of Master players for the majority of the season. Now it's less so, but Champion also, there was only like, what, 25 people in that rank. So they're gonna make those roles just a little bit easier to achieve, but still make it very hard. But overall, when it comes to this rank reset, if you're wondering why they're doing it, they're trying to make it so that everyone is kind of pushed towards the middle, pushed towards gold and platinum, while also trying to make the top ranks a lot more prestigious, so that if you do get Masters, GM, or Champion, or Top 500, that you actually earned it, because it's not a lot of people are in those ranks, versus like in Season 8, where it was basically a Mickey Mouse rank. But the next 2 changes coming to Season 12 are going to be involving respawn times and also Flashpoint. I'm going to go kind of quickly through these because to me it's just kind of boring, but the respawn times are going to be changing to where they're no longer going to have their group respawn time, where everyone kind of respawns similar to the time that they died. Now they're kind of just going to be going away with that. And you can see on the screen how exactly they're going to be doing it. It's very technical, which is why I don't want to bore you at the very end of the video and just get on with it. But the final change is going to be involving Flashpoint, where they're actually going to be adding sort of like a boost to whenever you exit the spawn in Flashpoint, which I really like. Similar to how it works in Mario Kart, if you go over the speed boost panels, you're going to get a 75 speed boost for a small duration of time, which is going to be really nice for a player like me who plays a lot of Mei, who doesn't really run that fast because she has tiny little legs compared to someone like Soldier or Tracer with high mobility. Well, that's everything coming to competitive in Season 12. A lot of great changes that players have been begging for a long time. But let me know what you're most hyped about when it comes to Season 12. Until then, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch 2 videos to come, and bye.